is that we immediately engage what's called the fight or flight mechanism. When things become a little overwhelming or when fears come in, immediately we start producing adrenaline, our heart rate begins to go up, and we begin to just, instead of focusing on the things that we know and the truths that we have, we focus on the fears and the uncertainties. So the purpose of this guided meditation is to help us to be able to put aside the fight or flight and to focus upon the self, what we know, what we have. And we're going to start with the focus on breathing, which is just to get ourselves centered. And then as caregivers, we will be focusing upon not only our own needs, but the effect that we have on the people that we serve. So we're going to begin just by getting into a comfortable position. Close your eyes, empty your mind, and we're going to focus on our breathing. We're going to do cycles of inhaling and exhaling. Two counts of inhale, 2 counts of exhale. And just follow the guide of my voice as we go through the exercise. So let's begin. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And as you breathe, just focus on the breath that's going in and out. And in and out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. As we focus up on this breathing cycle, we're going to begin to think and have different images in our mind. The first thing I want you to do as you're doing your breathing is to picture somebody in your mind whom you love unconditionally. Somebody who means the world to you and for whom you would do anything. And imagine the desires and the hopes and the wishes that you have for that person. Keep that person's image in your mind as we use the breathing cycles in time with these phrases. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. We'll breathe in for the first and third of those phrases, and we'll breathe out for the second and fourth. Keeping that person's image in your mind, let's begin. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. Keep focusing on your breathing pattern, your inhaling and your exhaling. And now I want you to put in your mind the image of a close friend, someone who has been unconditionally supportive of you, somebody in your life, somebody that you have almost entirely positive feelings for. Could be a friend, could be a family member, could be a coworker. This person is also facing stress, life changes due to the current circumstances. Keep that person in your mind as you repeat the 4 cycles of the 4 phrases in time with your breathing. Again, we'll start inhaling on the 1st and 3rd of the phrases, and exhale on the 2nd and 4th. Let's begin. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. As you continue your breathing pattern, I want you to move on to a neutral person, a stranger, somebody that you see around but don't really know. Maybe it's an employee at the grocery store, or a first responder, or maybe a category of people in your mind. And as you keep that image in your mind, and as you think about the effect that we all have on our society and the roles that we play, keeping that person's image in mind, we'll do the breathing cycles. Let's begin. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. May you find strength. May you find love. May you find joy. May you find peace. Keep focusing on your breathing. You're inhaling and you're exhaling. And now I'm going to ask you to do something which is difficult for caregivers. Rather than thinking about somebody else and their needs and what you want for them, I want you to move on to yourself. Think about your needs, hopes and dreams that you have for yourself, the role that you play here in this place, in your family, and in our community as a whole. This may be a little difficult. Caregivers especially have difficulty focusing upon themselves. There's a sense of self-judgment or self-sacrifice. But as a caregiver, you also need to care for yourself. You have the same needs, the same desires as anyone that you take care of. So we're going to repeat the 4 cycles of the 4 phrases with the word I. Let's begin. May I find strength. May I find love. May I find joy. May I find peace. May I find strength. May I find love. May I find joy. May I find peace. May I find strength. May I find love. May I find joy. May I find peace. May I find strength. May I find love. May I find joy. May I find peace. And now finally, as you're still focused upon yourself, I want you to change one word in each one of these phrases as you reflect upon the idea of how we are connected to each other in our society and how we can have a direct positive effect on the people that we come in contact with. As you go through your breathing pattern, and as we go through the 4 phrases, I want you to change the phrase to may I show. Let's begin. May I show strength. May I show love. May I show joy. May I show peace. May I show strength. May I show love. May I show joy. May I show peace. May I show strength. May I show love. May I show joy. May I show peace. May I show strength. May I show love. May I show joy. May I show peace. As we bring this exercise to a close, I want you to again just focus on your next few cycles of breathing. As we inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale. When the stress and anxiety seem to be overwhelming, take time to go through this exercise, even just in part. Take time not to simply react to things, but to be able to center and to focus on what you have, what you offer, and the effect that you can have on yourself and the people around you. You can resist the negative impulses that come from anxiety. You can focus on the positive things and people in your lives. You are a resource to others in their needs. So be a resource to yourself. We'll conclude with a few cycles of breathing as we inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Thank you for coming. I hope this will be somewhat helpful to you. Take the papers, and God bless.